All right, sorry about that. Anyway, hope it's okay now. Let's get started. So go ahead and stand straight, center yourself, take some nice deep breaths. Early in the morning, so hopefully, again, you're on a light stomach. Best done on an empty stomach. The only reason is you won't feel uncomfortable when you're doing, some of the postures when you're lying on your stomach, okay, on the belly. That's the reason. So just tune out, tune out from the outside world and tune into the inside world. Today we'll get a good workout, okay? So let's skip some of the warming up, definitely, but we need to do the neck pieces, okay? So go ahead and look over your left shoulder and your right. So try this a few times. Remember, the neck is the least used or least worked part of the body. You don't want to have a stiff neck, and you can avoid it by continuing to use it, okay? So let's do it our way. Now you want to flex up as you inhale and down as you exhale. So let's try this a few times. Right, come back to neutral, and you want to rotate your head, working the neck all along its periphery, all along the neck sides. Okay, come back to neutral. Then you want to rotate your head in the other direction. All right, and come back to neutral. All right. Now let's get to do the standing mountain. So go ahead and get your arms up. Feel the stretch into your fingertips as you point the index fingers into the ceiling. So as you breathe, you have to practice the complete yogic breathing. Okay, complete yogic breathing puts together the abdominal breathing, the breathing through the middle of your lungs as well as the top of your lungs. So it's not just abdominal, which is mostly the way we breathe. So when it is abdominal breathing, what it means is you are expanding the middle of your chest as the diaphragm moves down and out. You can feel the swelling in your belly. So the belly is actually doing most of the work. Whereas in yogic breathing, you engage the lungs as well as the top of your chest. The collarbones needs to rise up. Now slowly release your arms down. All right, let's do the half moon. So go ahead and bring your arms back up and you want to gently bend to the left. Continue to hold that. I'll just check the video here. So as you hold this side bend, half moon, you're going to bend from the hips up. Make sure you're not putting pressure on the side of the knees. Gently turn your head to look at the ceiling. Now what you want to do, try to emphasize your breathing. Make it a little longer, see what difference it makes. And come back up to neutral. And now try the half moon on the other side. So I'm bending to the right. And come back to neutral and release your arms. And you want to gently shake your arms. Now let's try what's called as the opening of the heart. Okay, so go ahead and get into a stance. Your legs should be active. Bring your arms up. Okay. Now what you're going to do is to open up the chest, top of your chest, as you throw the head back. Look up. So you're in a receiving mode. Okay, so there's a lot of energy sent to you, meant for you. And you can receive it only if you are open to receiving it. So let's open up both physically and the mind. Bring your attention to the center of your chest. As you inhale, feel that area warming up, expanding. Slowly release, come back to neutral. So all these yoga postures help you realize something or the other. For example, the one we did before, opening up of the heart space, it reminds you that you need to be open. You need to open up both within and in the physical being. That's why they kind of tell you that you don't want to crouch. Okay, crouch is not being open. Crouching is. Right. Now let's get back to your stance. And this time some variations of the hero. So point your left foot to the side. So this time let's keep the feet slightly away, okay? Then what you normally do. And bend that front leg and then knee as you turn the hips square with the legs. Alright, my carpet is slipping, but we'll manage that. Now go ahead and get your arms up. So your shin vertical, meaning perpendicular to the floor. And it's hard to get the thigh parallel, okay? So it takes some practice and strength. See what you can do. Hold and breathe. So this is the hero posture. Virabhadrasana. So this is where Durga, Goddess Durga, she was standing on top of Mahishasura after having conquered him, right? So you've got to think yourself as the hero being able to conquer any challenges that come across you. You have the strength inside, and this hero posture reminds you that you have the hero within yourself. So come back up to neutral standing, shake the legs. Let's try the same hero posture on the other side. Go back to your stance. Right foot to the side, left inside. You can turn your hips, curve your legs. Bend the front leg at the knee. Again, this puts quite a bit of pressure on your knees, okay? So just do what you can, okay? If you have to skip this posture, you should. All right, bring your arms up. As you hold, think of the hero within yourself. Think of the strength that you have. Yeah, straightening up, coming back to vertical, shake your legs. Now let's try that tree, okay, balancing. So you're going to shift weight onto your right and stand on the right leg. So there are a few variations here. Try the simplest one. Go ahead and bend the left leg, hold it up in front of you, and you want to stand and breathe. Okay, and then release. Shake your leg. Let's try the same on the other side, the simplest form of the tree. Some people call it the one-legged bird. So let's hold. You can also use a chair to support yourself. Right? Release. Shake your legs. So when you're standing, your legs should not be really tight, okay? It should be kind of active, but not super tight, okay? And you should be looking at the ground in front of you, hanging on to that spot with your eyes. So let's try the bird the other way, where you fold your leg and place it below the knee, or above the knee, or on the ankle. So let's try that. Your arms can be open to the side if it helps you balance, or you can bring them into a prayer position. Then shake your leg. Try the same thing on the other side. So again, your foot either below the knee or above the knee or on the ankle. So the reason you actually can do it on the ankle is because it helps you balance and it will help you shift weight onto the leg. Okay, so the focus is strengthening the leg, not really the balance part. And then once you get to have the strength, then you transition into balancing and relaxing. Okay, and then you want to come back to standing, shake your leg. Good postures for the legs. Let's try a couple more, okay? So go back to a stance. And you want to place your hands on the mat in front of you, centered between the 2 feet. So how far should you keep your hands out? Ideally, so that your spine is parallel to the mat. Then, with the left hand centered, you want to take your right arm up to the ceiling. Hold and breathe. And bring that right hand down and your left arm up. And now both hands on the mat. So you want to lock your hips in space as you move the fingers away, trying to stretch the spine. Hold and breathe. And walk the fingers back. Now, let's try the standing chair. So you should never, or rather, you should always try to practice the standing chair. It really keeps up the strength in your knee joints. So you want to sit down as you stand. Try to keep the knees behind the toes. As long as the kneecaps are behind the toes, you can sit as low as you comfortably can. Keep your spine lengthened. Hold and breathe. And come back up to standing, shake your legs. Let the breathing settle down. Now let's try Surya Namaskar. So we're going to try the Surya Namaskar, the full Surya Namaskar. Okay, we have tried this sometimes, but there's a step above the intermediate. So you have the half sun salutation, the intermediate sun salutation, and then the full sun salutation. So we're going to try that. But before we try, let's try a Tibetan yoga practice. So, as you might be aware, right, in the center of your brain there is some liquid, and the stability that you have, for example, the dizziness is caused if there is some sort of disturbance to that center of the brain, okay, that area. So what the Tibetans do is to try to keep the center of your brain, imagine a liquid, okay? Even if I'm not medically correct, think of a small amount of liquid in the center of your brain, and as you keep that liquid still, you're going to rotate, okay? So you're going to turn, okay, making sure you're not spinning, okay, the center of your brain. All right, typically you do this 21 times in Tibetan yoga in both directions. We are going to try this about 5 times, okay, 5 rounds on each side. So you got to maintain that awareness on the center of your brain, okay? Now let's try it in the other direction. So this is the way the Tibetan monks train themselves to stay stable and not be afraid of heights, for example. All right, I'm going to try it one more time. Obviously, if you turn too fast, then you will start to feel that dizziness. You don't want to get into that state. So it's slow but purposeful, deliberate turning. So that is one of the practices. They actually do just 5 of them. That's their yoga. We'll try some more later on. Now, for our full sun salutation, right? So go ahead and start in a prayer position. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, standing forward. Inhale, just raise your trunk up, parallel to the mat. And from here, you got to jump into all fours, Dandasana. Okay, like this. And then exhale, stretch on the mat. Inhale, upward dog, and downward dog. Now hold here for 5 times. Breathe 5 times rather. Now bring your right leg ahead into Virabhadrasana. From here back to Dandasana. And stretch, exhale on the mat. Inhale, upward dog, downward dog. Again, hold 5 times and breathe. This time, you want to bring your left foot ahead into Virabhadrasana. And back to Chaturanga Dandasana. And stretch, exhale on the mat. Inhale, upward dog, downward dog, and then bring both feet ahead as you keep your trunk parallel to the mat. Exhale, standing forward bend. Inhale, back bend. and back to prayer position. So this is a full sun salutation. Really gets you a good workout throughout the body. And we just did one of them so that we learn, and in your practice we should try more. Yeah, at least 6. So let the breathing settle down. And release. Now, let's get into a standing posture on the knees, okay? The half camel to start with. Hands in the hips. Your knees are hip width apart. And gently bending back, looking up as you push the hips out to the front. Hold and breathe. And come back up to neutral. Now let's get down to sit in Vajrasana, or dynamic posture. Sit with your back as straight as you can hold. Now back to standing on the knees. Make sure your feet at the back are at the same distance as the hips and the knees. Reach down on the left side, left hand on the left heel, and right arm up to the ceiling as you push the hips out to the front. Hold and breathe. So as you breathe, as you hold this half extended camel, engage the top of your lungs. And release. Come back to vertical. Try the same extended camel on the right side, so right hand on the right heel, left arm up to the ceiling. And release. Come back again to diamond posture. Diamond posture is also a great meditative posture. So let's practice some meditation. So hold your hands one in the other, cupping them. Imagine a source of energy in your hands. It could be somebody you believe in, a god, or any source. As you inhale, draw the strength that the source provides onto yourself. Think of the sound of your inhalation, slow. And as you exhale, letting go of the energy, passing it back to the source as you think of the sound hum. Slow hum, that's the sound of your breathing. So am I. It's very close. So am I, as he is. Now, with your next exhalation, come back to the present moment. Now let's get back to standing on the knees and practice another Tibetan yoga technique. Okay? This is like the cow cat posture we tried as we are in a table position, but we are doing this by standing up on the knees. So what you have to do is to inhale, open up the chest, look back, and push shoulder blades into each other. As you exhale, collapsing the spine, and you're lowering your hamstring. So it's a good stretch. Think of it as a good stretch, okay? Inhale, opening. Exhale, closing. Do it 5 times. Back to neutral, vertical. Now, let's get into a table posture. So knees below the hips, hands below the shoulders. So what we just did was the cow cat, what we do in this position. But now, we're going to skip that. So what you want to do is to raise the left leg as parallel to the mat as you can and extend the right arm to the front as you look down. And back to table, neutral. This time, right leg up and left arm to the front, looking down. So you have to feel that lengthening of your body from fingertip to the toes. Release. Okay? Again, just for a brief moment, sit with your back straight, either in Sukhasana or in Vajrasana. And now, let's get to sit on the mat. Practice the twist. So place your left hand on the outside of the right knee. Then you will turn to your right hand back. And at the back, close to the back. Propping it up. Make sure both your sit bones are in contact with the mat. Releasing, coming back to neutral. Try the twist on the other side. So right hand on the outside of the left knee. And turning to your left hand back. Your weight should be evenly balanced between the two sit bones. Okay, that's how you know. Or you shouldn't be leaning onto one side. Okay, that's how you know you're kind of balanced. As you hold the twist, breathe well. Try to engage as much of the length of your spine as possible. Yeah, come back to neutral. All right, let's do Baddha Konasana. So go ahead and get both your feet together. The closer the heels are, a little challenging, but it will help you sit up straighter. If it is hard on the knees, keep the heels away. As you pull the toes up, press the knees down into the mat. So the reason you hold on to your toes is to release your lower back, release your pelvis. So take some nice deep breaths. As though you're thirsty for air. The inhalation is still slow and deliberate. Now as you exhale next, gently bend forward, keeping the spine as lengthened as possible, and letting go of the trough with each exhalation. And come back up to neutral. So let's try the side bend, side forward bend. It's important to do the forward bends regularly, daily, right? And then slowly as you exhale, reaching down to the left, taking your time to settle down. Bringing your focus onto your breathing. slowly come back up. Try the same thing on the other side. So go ahead and raise your arms, stretching and reaching down to the right side. Yeah, coming back up. Good stretch. Now, let's get on to the back on the mat. Okay, now do this. Keep your right leg folded, so right foot on the mat. Left leg as straight out as you can. Inhale, just work the left leg up and down a few times. Okay, inhale up and down as you exhale. Now fold the left leg and try the same with the right leg. Right, and now fold both the legs, feet on the mat. Now you want to raise both the legs, hold them at like 45 degrees, hold and breathe. And release the feet on the mat. Now just you want to hold the back of your head and you want to raise the trunk up, okay? It's like a crunch, but hold and breathe. Releasing the head down. Now let's put 2 and 2 together. So you want to raise the legs and your trunk up, okay? Hold and breathe. Release. Okay, so you have to relax your abdomen when you practice that. Okay, so let the energy flow that will help you avoid that shaking or vibration. Let's try it one more time. That way you try to minimize the vibration. Okay, so go back, holding your head at the back and raising, relaxing the abdomen. Release. It's not easy, but it's a good thing to do. So go back to bringing both the feet on the mat. Try the Supta Buddha Konasana. Keeping the feet together, dropping each knee to its side. Use your hands to press the legs down, releasing your lower back. Most of your upper back should be rested, opening the top of the lungs. Hold and breathe. Now bring both the knees up. This time drop both the knees to the right side. Position one hip above the other. So if you have to pull the top leg up, that'll also flatten your lower back, make it more vertical, and then extend your left arm to the side, look over the left shoulder. And come back to neutral. Feet on the mat, knees in the air. Dropping both the knees now to the opposite side, to the left side. And turn to look over your right shoulder as you extend the right arm to the side. And back to feet on the mat. Let's try a few more stretches, okay, and then we can wrap up. So you want to extend your right leg onto the mat, and you want to hold the left foot with your left hand. So you can either hold the toes or the arches as you press the left knee down into the side. So your shin is vertical as much as possible, so you get a good stretch in the inner part of the thigh. Hold and breathe. Breathe well, breathe nicely. Those of you who can, hold the toes and stretch that left leg out to the extent possible, okay, so that you get that extra stretching in your calf muscles, okay. It's not how far you stretch, it's about how little bit more you can do. Okay, now let's release that left leg out on the mat, and let's try the same with the right leg. So I'm holding my right foot and pressing it to the side. And then again, if you can, try to stretch that leg out to the side to the extent you can. And now let's release. All right. Let's take a quick Shavasana. Okay, so what you want to do is to stretch your legs out, let the feet fall to the sides, arms to the side, arms up. So if you have been to these classes before, so you know how to practice Shavasana, you want to first of all keep your awareness on. Okay? You can keep your eyes open if you feel like you're sleeping off. And then scan the length of your body resting your awareness at each part at a time. You start from the top to the toes or from toes up to the top. As you rest at each part, you try to observe the energy, release the energy or tension, which you can do by moving some of the parts related to that part. So keeping your legs slightly out to the sides will help release the hips down. So with your arms, your shoulders go down and the arms are further away. Maintain your awareness. So let's practice Shavasana for the next minute or two. Slowly going back to the present moment. You want to work your hands on your skin, warming up on the face, and without any sudden movement, go back up to a seated position. And just for a few moments more, notice what is happening inside. Alright, and that ends today's class. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for coming.